Let me ask you something which has been touched upon by some of the panelists, but perhaps you can elaborate. In the media statement, President Obama has said, we have agreed to work together to make concrete progress this year towards phasing out HFCs under the Montreal Protocol. Prime Minister and I made a personal commitment to work together to a strong global agreement in Paris. Do you think the two leaders have arrived at some understanding which the public is not aware of?
It's not maybe a specific understanding, and I think this is one area where India has moved, because we were really not looking at an agreement on hydrofluorocarbons under the Montreal Protocol, because that deals with ozone, depletion. And the hydrofluorocarbons really are problematic for global warming. These were the gases which were used to replace some of the earlier ozone depleting gases. And now, of course, there's a problem of global warming. So we said this should be discussed under the rubric of climate change. So obviously there's a shift, in a sense, that India is perhaps agreeable to discussing this now under the Montreal Protocol, but we have to wait and see. Clearly, I think on the whole issue of climate change, I think both leaders attached importance to the issue. They avoided getting into the nitty-gritty, because those are things for negotiation. And they also looked at the opportunity to take concrete action, particularly in renewables, in energy efficiency. And here you see there's a huge opportunity, because there are two steps which this government has taken. One is to step up the solar program from 20,000 megawatts by 2022, which was the target set under the previous government, a huge step up to 100,000 megawatts by 2022. Whether we'll achieve it or not is something we have to wait and see, because it's such a huge leap. And the second is to establish a new wind energy national mission. So these are two very big areas of opportunity, and what we would really like to see from the US is their companies coming in to manufacture in India, because at the moment it's really just imports of technology, and quite a bit of that technology is really just imported from China because it's cheaper, subsidies are there, and so on. Whereas sometimes I've seen the US places a lot of emphasis on free trade in the area, losing out on opportunities for investment. I mean, they're companies, these are commercially driven, but with such a huge market opportunity looming, I do wish that there would be a more openness to looking at investments in India, looking at the long term, and doing it in a way which benefits both India and the United States. So overall, I would say that on climate change, they've both attached importance to the issue. Prime Minister Modi, of course, said he doesn't feel any pressure. There's no pressure from outside. Whatever pressure is there is basically because of the concern that we all share on the issue. So in a sense, he's given himself flexibility because of his own concern and our own concern on the issue, and focused on the opportunity.
Thank you.